Congratulations on your participation so far. If you've not already watched the previous 2 videos in the challenge and completed the micro actions, please do that before watching this video. So pause the video, go do that, and I will wait here. Oh, you're still here. So that means you've done your homework and you're ready for step 3. Of course, you're also ready for the micro action that goes along with step 3. So let's get to it. You're now clear on your topic and you've selected your primary tribe. These 2 decisions will be critical for what's next. If you remember way back to video 1, I shared the idea of spiral revenue, and we talked about how when choosing the topic and subsequent curriculum for your workshop, you have to consider your own experience, but you must also ask, what is the first problem a member of my tribe might experience? These 2 areas of focus will help you with this 3rd step. So this step in creating your first successful workshop is called teaching. Are you noticing some alliteration? Topic, tribe, teaching. That trend will continue. So what do I mean by teaching? Just as the name of this step suggests, you're going to need to decide at a macro level what you will teach at your workshop. And to use the information you've already learned, what you will teach will be directly related to the first problem a member of your primary tribe has. So first, you'll need to take some time to brainstorm as many possible first problems as you can. Once you've done that, you'll want to go through your list and vet your ideas for one that feels significant enough to base an entire program around. When we did this process, we realized that empty events was the first problem our workshop leaders faced. We also knew that there were several things to master if someone wanted to learn the skill of filling their workshop. We knew that we could create an entire workshop curriculum just teaching someone what the event filling steps were, and of course walking them through taking those steps under our care and guidance. We had found our core idea for our first workshop, and we were going to help people learn how to create event filling marketing. Now, again, first you got to brainstorm a list of possible first problems that your tribe is facing. Then begin to play with a few of the ideas. You'll want to center on one that is specific and relevant, but also comprehensive enough to create an entire curriculum around. Now, this can be a tricky piece to nail down, but don't strive for perfection. Just get in the game and give it a shot. You might surprise yourself. So let's do an example. Let's say that you're a nutritionist who can do a number of different things. You could address food sensitivities and weight loss, adrenal fatigue, skin irritations, hormonal imbalances, hypertension, diabetes. Which one are you going to pick for your first paid program? Well, before you decide, you'd need to think of your primary tribe. In this case, let's say you decided to help busy professional women. Now you'd imagine, what is a busy professional woman who's likely trying to do a million things in her life? What is she suffering from first? Immediately, a couple of things on the list come to mind. Adrenal fatigue, weight issues, sleep issues. Any of these could be a great focus area for your first workshop. However, not being a nutritionist myself, but knowing a few things about health, adrenal fatigue might be the great topic for your first workshop. It's a macro category, and once a professional woman gets her adrenals in check, likely her sleep and her weight and her mood and her general energy would improve. So that would be a viable option for a first workshop topic. After thinking about the first problems that your tribe faces, do your best to strategically choose one area of focus to create a workshop around. Now, here's another way to go about it. It's very likely that you're doing some kind of one-on-one sessions with clients currently. Maybe you're a coach or a therapist, a body worker, a psychic, a financial advisor, or a consultant. Another great way to identify what you would teach at your first workshop is to think about the first thing you handle or solve with your one-on-one clients. At the beginning of our business, I told you that we decided that we wanted to create our first workshop around teaching other people how to fill their workshops. And what you might not know is that Justin was already doing this for some of the biggest names in the transformation industry. People like T. Harv Eker. He was consulting with people like Christopher Howard and Brian Tracy. So he really knew what to do to fill events. So in brainstorming the curriculum and the ideas for our first paid workshop, I just asked him, what do you do one-on-one with people? And he would answer, I don't know. And I would say, just think about it. What's the first thing you got to get people clear on? And he would say, well, I guess I got to get them clear on like who they're helping. I'd say, great. What's the second thing you'd help them get clear on? He'd say, well, I guess the top of mind problem that they're helping with people. And sequentially, as I asked him what he was doing one-on-one with his clients, that became the basis for our curriculum for our Magnetize Your Audience program. So ultimately, that's a really great strategy for you to use to figure out what the core idea or the overall learning outcome is going to be for your first workshop. Just think about what you already do with people one-on-one and then brainstorm the main through line for all of that. Now, once you've chosen your one topic area to focus for your first paid program, the next thing you need to do, and what your micro action will be about for today, is to write what I call a simple overall learning objective. This is where I get teachy nerdy. An overall learning outcome is a statement that describes the main objective or behavior you expect your participants to demonstrate as a result of your workshop. It's the key to a successful program. And as I said, it sounds really nerdy, but remember, my background is in teaching. So think of it this way. Let's say you wanted to go on a vacation. It would be pretty hard to take action if you didn't know where you wanted to go. Meaning, if you were unclear about your destination, you wouldn't know what to pack, whether you had to walk or drive or fly. You wouldn't know if you needed a day, a week, or a month off work. Creating workshops is no different. You must know the destination for your clients before you create the program for you. When you know you're going to Hawaii for vacation and you know you live in Vancouver, Canada, like me, you'll be better able to make your vacation successful. You'll know you'll need at least a week off. You'll know you'll need a bathing suit and clothes for warm weather. You'll know that you need to book a plane ticket and to pack sunscreen. Deciding on an overall learning outcome is the same as deciding on a vacation destination. Creating clear learning objectives for your program gives students a clear idea of what they can expect to learn from you at your program, and of course expect to do after your program's over. If they know this, it will be easier for them to decide whether they want to invest or not. Learning outcomes give you specific goals to achieve when presenting the content of your program. You'll know what to teach in each segment in order to ensure your clients get to the final destination. A clear overall learning outcome also forms the basis for you and your participants' ability to evaluate or assess your program's effectiveness. If you don't know where you're going, how can you assess whether you've arrived at the right place? The answer is you can't. I'm going to get on my soapbox for a minute here. There are so many programs out there that don't have a clear overall learning outcome. But without one, the curriculum is just going to be fuzzy and scrambled, and the result is that the participants who attend don't get any real-world results after they attend. Workshops that don't have clear outcomes are often what I call wide and shallow workshops, and they really don't enact significant transformation. Okay. I'll get off my soapbox. So let's review. Once you know the general topic area for your first workshop, you just need to ask, what is the main objective or behavior I expect my participants to demonstrate as a result of my workshop? Now, I stress the word behavior. One of the ways workshop leaders go wrong is they don't have a concrete, physical, demonstrable behavioral outcome for their program. Feeling good, being enlightened, experiencing community, these are all nice objectives, but they're not concrete enough to lead an effective program design. I'll give you some examples in a moment, but the bottom line is this. You need one main overall learning outcome for your workshop, and that outcome is the answer to this question. What do I want my participants to be able to do after they attend my training program? So here are a few examples of overall learning objectives. Now, as you listen to these, I'm going to invite you to play along with me, and here's how. As I articulate each outcome, I want you to write down the verb, or what I call the behavioral action word, from each sentence. Are you ready? Let's do it. For our Magnetize Your Audience program, our overall learning outcome is this. Participants will be able to name and utilize the 5 steps for creating event-filling, education-based marketing. Did you catch the verb? There were 2. Name and utilize. Both of those are observable and measurable, so they work well in a learning outcome statement. From our Materialize Your Programs course, participants will be able to masterfully design dynamic curriculum for a program of any length. Did you catch the verb? It was design. So at the end of this program, my clients can show me their program design. It's very specific, measurable, and observable. From our Monetize Your Audience Selling from the Stage program, participants will be able to design and deliver a lucrative, life-changing offer from stage. Did you catch the verb? There are actually 2 in this example. The first was design, the second was deliver, and both are observable, specific, and measurable. Taking the time to write an overall learning outcome really is the only way to assess the power of your program. It's the only way to know whether your participants are actually learning what you want them to learn. If you're fuzzy on what the behaviors are that you want your participants to demonstrate as a result of your program, you will have a difficult time, and so will they. Now, I know that you want the best for your tribe, and being as clear as you can on where you're going in your workshop is the way to care for them. Okay, so step one, you're going to choose one area of focus to create your workshop around. Keep a member of your tribe in mind and make sure the topic is relevant to one of the first problems that they'll face. Once you've done that, you're going to be ready for today's micro action. Your micro action for today is to write an overall learning objective for your program. And of course, post it on the Facebook group. So again, here's a review of the guidelines so that you can do this effectively. Guideline number 1, ask, what's the specific measurable behavior my participants will be able to do at the end of my workshop? Guideline number 2, remember to include at least one behavioral action word or verb in your overall learning objective for your program. And that's it. So have fun, post your overall learning statement on the Facebook group. We're going to be giving prizes to the best overall learning outcomes, the ones that are clear, concise, and effective. And as a former teacher and an education nerd, I'm going to love seeing the outcomes that you come up with. So good job listening, good luck choosing, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, be brilliant.